everyone, welcome to Let's Talk with Mariama, your channel of motivation, inspiration and positive vibes. So today we're going to talk about interracial marriage. My experiences. I am sure there are so many couples there that actually have different experiences, so we're going to share mine. And if you're out there in an interracial relationship or cultural relationship, it would be nice to hear from you. Subscribe to this channel, like the video, share the video and comment, and then we go into the video. So how I met my husband. I am originally from the Gambia, West Africa, and my husband is Swiss, as in Swiss, very Swiss. And we met on a flight. That was like 10 years before we got together as, you know, a couple. And I was on my way from Havana to the Gambia and transited through France, and then he also was in Havana for vacation, and then transited through Paris to Zurich, and that's how we met. So it was a 9-hour flight. We had dinner together, we talked, and he had no idea where the Gambia was, and I had to draw it, and I remember that was very funny, but we did. And then we watched Madagascar together and all that. So it was like the 9 hours were very productive, as in getting to know each other, getting to know each other's land and all that. But you know, with innocent thoughts, we both of us never had different thoughts, as in, oh, maybe something could happen here. Not at all. And then, you know, we went on our separate ways in Paris, and then we started emailing one another once in a while, because in Cuba I didn't have access to internet. I had internet, and it was just quite difficult to communicate when I get to Cuba, and phone calls were so expensive, and I did not used to do that very often or that much. So that is how our relationship started. And then 10 years later, I was in the Gambia, finished university, I was working and all that, and then he came to visit. And then he met my family, and my family liked him, although we were together, I think, probably few days before that, but they didn't know. I had just introduced him as my friend because I didn't know where it was gonna lead to. So for me, he was like a friend, and then he accepted that, and it was okay. But over the 2 weeks, we had a lot of conversation. We spent time together, and then when we decided, okay, we wanted it to be official, I wasn't 20 anymore as well, so it was good to have someone that you could call, you know, your own, and it was beautiful. Then I had vacation. I came over to Switzerland and spent time with him and his family and people. The mother is sweet. His mother is like, if you all have Schwiegermutter or, you know, mother-in-laws, I'm telling you, the one I have is beautiful. Like, and I am super grateful and happy that I have someone like her in my life. She's very supportive, and so maybe in another video I will do my mother-in-law video thingy and father-in-law and all that, but then we'll stick to my interracial experience today. And then so when it happened, like, it was all beautiful, getting to know each other, spending time together, and then eventually going back home to the Gambia. And I was super sad because what I had experienced was so beautiful that I thought, okay, I'm going home now, and it's going to be a long distance relationship again. I have done it so many times, and I thought I don't want to do that again, but still, you know, this is it. We have to see how things work out. And then, you know, concentrated on our lives until we decided to move in. I moved to Switzerland, we got married, and then that's when the reality of things started. You know, it's nice sometimes, I think, the distant relationship thing, calling, hey baby, I love you, I miss you, and all that. And then when the reality hits, as in you're living together, there is no distance between the two of you. Is that going to continue? And by the way, today I had a text message when I was at work, as in, baby, I love you. That was so nice. Thank you, and I love you too. But hey, sticking to my story, then communication was one thing that actually I we thought is super important and still think it is important, and our relationship is based on lots of communication. And because we do have different cultures and then different backgrounds, different personalities, and combining all these three things, it's super challenging to make something work. But it's been 7 years, people, and we're still together, we're still happy. So it's a proof that communication actually can solve so many things. Because I usually would say, when you love somebody, or when two people love one another, all the other things come in place. Respect comes. You don't have to demand for it. Oh no, you have to respect me because I'm your wife or because I'm your husband. Not at all. It just comes automatically. And then everything else flows. You know, you don't have to demand for these things, which I think is very beautiful. And then also an example of our cultural differences would be like when we visit the Gambia, we have to always go visit the aunties, the uncles, the cousins and all that. And for him, it's like, I'm on vacation. It would be nice to be at the beach or probably go out for dinner alone. But we have people constantly around us, which for me, it's like super beautiful. I don't see anything wrong with that. But then we talk about it, and I am happy that he doesn't see things wrong with it, but he would also like some time to have his own time, you know, some ruwa time, which is cool. And at first I never used to understand why, but now I do. And then when we in the Gambia, we do visit 1, 2, 3 people, and then he has his time, we have our time, and then it is balanced. And then when we're in Switzerland, it's like I feel I want more contact with his family, but it doesn't work like that. People are working, people are busy with their kids, and everything has to be based on an appointment. Like, oh, can we meet, or do you have time next week or this evening for dinner? Oh no, I have something to do, or can we check the calendar, and then you have a meeting or an appointment 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks later. You know, and these things were very difficult for me to get around with, but eventually now I do, and I feel it is okay when they have time, then we can meet. But in the beginning I was like, maybe they're not interested in me, you know, and things like that. And like my mother-in-law, I would call, I'm like, are you at home? She's like, yes, I'm home. Do you mind if I come by? And she's like, oh, but I have to go downstairs to get the laundry done. I'm like, yeah, you can do that when I am there, but it's not something she would prefer. She would prefer when I'm there that she sits with me, spends time with me. But for me, it's okay, you know, you can do whatever you need to do, and I'll be there, and it's family, and hey, no stress at all. But yeah, I had to learn these things. And then my husband, of course, had to also learn the other part in the Gambia. And I know, like, my house door is always open. My mother is like a Mother Teresa, I would say, always cooks enough, and people come in and out, eat, and then go. And someday he just sat at a corner observing and counting the amount of people that come into my house and leave. At the end of the day, he came to me, he's like, I counted 30 people that came into your house and leave today. Are they all family or not? Because I know your siblings, I know, you know, your neighbors, but these people I do not know. I'm like, some of them are neighbors, some of them are not. They're just friends from my brothers, or, you know, they're tailors that have a shop but don't have a family here. They just come here, eat, and then go. And it took a while before he understood that, but now he's okay with it. And when he needs his time to back off, he backs off, gets his rest, and then everything is back on again. Being open in an interracial relationship, I also find very important, because I think that's what keeps us also going. Not thinking, oh, maybe I should not talk about this, or he would be hurt. And, you know, we talk about things, and if I cry, I cry, and if I have to apologize, I apologize. If he has to, he does, and everything is settled on the plate. And this is beautiful. Like, I've spoken to people that are in intercultural relationships and are having troubles because one cannot adopt, or the other one cannot, or the two of them are having struggles, but they're not really talking about it. And I encourage communication because it works out for me. And if you're out there in this kind of situation, please speak your mind and listen to the other one as well. And don't expect that your partner accepts everything, but the fact that they respected that you could do whatever you want to do, I think is a step forward. And it's always taking baby steps every day and then growing with one another, supporting one another, understanding one another, and then you can be at peace. So I will be talking about the reactions of people, how people react to interracial couples and all that. I've had my experiences, as in, oh, you imported an African and all that, but we will have a special video on that. And then if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe, share the video, comment, and also share your experience, because we're here to learn from one another, not only from me but from you as well. I'm hoping that you will ride. Until then, take care and see you in my next video.